Hey, it's your girl, Allison Williams.
Hey, this is Devon Howard.
Hi, this is Beth.
Hi, this is Cindy Mizell.
Hi, this is Tony Walker.
Hey, what's good, y'all? This is Darian Dean.
Hey, everybody, this is the Queen of Philadelphia, Tangeray Hayward.
Hey, everybody, this is Yasira.
Hi, this is Mason.
Hey, everybody, this is Russell Taylor.
Hey, guys, what's up? This is Ness.
Hey, this is Kenny Allen.
What's up, everybody? This is Cecily.
Hey, this is Corey Day.
Hey, this is your girl, Castella.
Hey, everybody, this is Rebecca G.
Hey, everyone, this is Hill Street Soul.
What's up, good people? This is bassist Hubert Eves IV.
This is Melvin Lee Davis.
Yo, what's second? This is Noel Gordon.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma, and you're listening to my friend Troy Sanders on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
Hey. Welcome to another episode of the BAAS Entertainment Podcast. I'm your host, Troy Saunders. Now, as you can see, we're doing something different. We're doing a live video today, so bear with it, brother. This is the first time I'm doing this. I'm going to play a little something for you first before I introduce these people. This is off the Illuminate Blue album. I just know the song. I can't remember the name of the daggone album. And it's called Gye Nyame. Now, you know I'm just going to give you a little bit because we got a whole lot to get to in this episode. But in case you didn't know who that song is, who made that song, it's the brothers that we have on here today. And their name is Ascendant. Yeah. They've been hitting it hard for over 20 years, and they're out of Chicago. Yeah. So you know they bad. Chicago don't play with the music. Chicago's going to give you some funk. They're going to give you some soul. They're going to give you some jazz. They're going to give you some house. If it's music, it's coming out of, especially soul music, especially if it's black music, Chicago got you. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce to you all Mr. Kael Mboya, Mr. Mike Lockett, Mr. Cutis Kincaid, and Mr. Eric Johnson. Yes. Yeah. And they are Ascendant. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thanks for having us.
Hey.
Nice to be here.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. Hey, thank you for being a part of my first video recording here. I said, you know what? We got enough people in here. Let's do a video because I don't want everybody to get talked over, and I want everybody to see the people to see who is talking and who is saying what things. So I thought this would be a great way to start it off.
Okay.
So, Kael, thank you for reaching out to a brother.
I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of the show anyway. So I thought it was it's perfectly timed because we got this big show coming up and we had the new release. It just seemed like the right time to finally put it all together, you know.
Well, I'm glad you came on because I've been following y'all for a while too. Matter of fact, since Markel Jordan's album when y'all had the title track.
Oh wow!
Right, and I was like, that was 2018 or something like that?
Yeah, 2018, 2019. Yeah. So I was like, who are these folks up in here? And then you got my girl Angela Johnson. I love Angela. Yeah. So you know. I was wait a second. These folks are hitting on it, and y'all giving me the vibe of like Incognito, Cutis, Hotbox, all that good stuff. It's a mixture. It's a fusion. It's a little jazz, a little house, it's a little R&B, it's a little inspirational. You hitting it on everything. So, how did y'all come up with this concept?
Kael.
Okay, I guess so. Really, I'll do it in a way that kind of extrapolates on everybody that's here. Back in the 90s, because that's how old we are.
I'm right with you.
I was doing cover bands. I finally mustered up the courage to actually pursue doing music as a musician, as a full-time thing. But that still wasn't satisfying enough. It's good. It's great, and it certainly pays the bills. But there were songs and ideas that I really wanted to get out myself. And Michael and I, whom I've known for most of the 90s altogether, we kind of got together, mustered up enough courage to hey, these songs sound kind of good. Maybe we can make something of it, make a go of it. And the people that we've picked up along the way, like Eric and Curtis here, just like the cream of the crop of the musicians that I've played with forever. They blessed us by saying yes to joining us on this journey, and we've been moving along ever since. It's a journey. It's not a journey of a straight line by any stretch. When you go a journey of 1,000 miles just to go 5 feet, ultimately, but we're still moving, and the journey's really taught us a great deal of things on the way.
Mm-hmm. So, matter of fact, you speaking of the journey, I want people to hear a little bit of the progress. I'm going to go back to where you are now and play the title song.
Oh boy!
So y'all just heard Gye Nyame. Now you're going to hear off their first project in 2003. And this is the title song called Where You Are. Where You Are Now.
Where You Are Now.
All right. I'm going to just give you a little bit, y'all. So check this out.
Behind you is falling the memories that made you. Before you lies all that you can be. Look onward, all that has led up to this one moment. All the potential, all that you are. This is a constant state of conception, teaching the path to the heart. Where you are now. Climbing, falling, the peaks and the valleys, searching, finding the balance, the meaning you realize.
All right now. So what kind of feelings does hearing that bring back? Because some people hear the first one and they just start cringing like, oh my God, why the hell did he play that?
No, that's not one of those. That's not one of those songs. That was a good time. That was a good times. That was not one of those songs. That's a really good song, actually.
Right? But
I shouldn't say that.
But I definitely hear the progress though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We've grown. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And if you look at the album cover, it's only 3 of you all. Well, it's Mike, it's Kael.
Back then, there was just the three of us. Yeah.
And who's the young lady in the video, in the picture?
Oh, that would be my ex-wife, Alita Holloway.
Okay. And so really, there's only two of you that's still here now. Or does your ex-wife still come around and help you out a little bit?
No. She's on to some other things. Yeah.
Okay. So from you two, Curtis joined, and then Eric joined, and then you have a few vocalists that come in and sit in with you also,
right?
That are not featured here today that we don't see on the video.
Correct. But Renee Ruffin and Donica Lynn.
And they are usually the two ladies that you use most of the time that I've noticed, correct?
Correct. Yeah, that's correct.
So let me ask you another question. I'm gonna start with Mike.
Yes, sir.
What is your inspiration? What got you into music, and how long have you been doing music?
Wow. How long have I been doing it? I've always loved music because my parents were musicians. My mother played the piano, she sang. My father sang. My grandfather played the guitar. My uncle played the drums. So I was always surrounded by music. So I never thought it was anything special. It just was like breathing. I could sing as a child, but I didn't know I was doing anything. I could harmonize and hear things, but I didn't know anything. I didn't know that was something that other people couldn't do as well. Sometime in the late 70s, heat wave came around. Then I started to find myself singing more. My uncle heard me singing. He told my mother, "You know, that boy got something." But I didn't know that I was doing anything. It was just normal. So 80s came around, like, did a couple talent shows. And I met Kael. Was it late 80s, early 90s?
1990.
Oh my goodness. And I think at that point, it was like, okay, I can do this as a career because I love music just that much. And it's 2025 and we're still together.
So question, how did you fine tune what you did what you
That's
do?
Interesting. Okay. So in my mind, I was just copying the people on the radio that I heard. Jeffrey Osborne, Luther Vandross, El DeBarge, Earth, Wind & Fire, all the Stevie Wonder, but I didn't have my voice. I didn't know what my voice was. Then I ran into a guy in college named Aaron Stewart, who was a little more advanced than me vocally. I was like, wow, how did you do that? Where did that come from? What's going on? What? So I started studying all the people and what they were doing and how they were doing it. Like, oh, I see. I could do that. So I started to hone it. I kept meeting people with skill, taking a little bit here, taking here. Then I had the confidence to do it myself. I found my voice, and Ascendant was a huge part of me finding my voice. It's huge.
So, so when you was in college, were you in there for music?
Interesting. No. And I went to a Roosevelt University, which had a music school, but at that point, it was just fun. So I went to school for business because, I was always told, unfortunately, you got to have a backup plan. Got to have a plan B. No, you don't. If you believe in plan A, go with plan A. But I digress. I did not follow that in college. I joined choirs and I sang in college, but I didn't study music in college. I kind of wish I did, but I didn't.
So did you learn how to read prior to that, or? So
I took piano lessons as a child, 9, 10, or 11. But at that point, at the beginning, it was too easy for me. So I was like, I want to go out and play. my mother decided she wasn't going to push me, like Kael's mother. She's like, I'm not going to push you. I'm going to let you do your thing. I wish she had pushed me and made me stay with it. Now I wish, but she didn't. So I could kind of fumble with the piano, but I can't read music to sing or do anything. But I love music, and my ear is helping me. So, you know.
So you do most of the singing on the songs? Like the one we just heard?
Maybe 60%, maybe, but because it's still a collaboration. Kael's on all the, yeah. You hear me, but Kael's right there. Mm-hmm. He's literally, he don't hate me. He doesn't really think he can sing, right? I'm like, come on, man. You got this. And you hear the songs and you hear, there's no mistakes. Mm-hmm. It's like perfect. But
well, you know, we are our own worst critic.
Boy, say it again.
I was going to say that.
I still criticize, but I still don't think I'm all that. I mean, I do what I can do, but I don't be like, man, I can really sing. I'm like, there are plenty of people who can sing rings around me, in my opinion. But those people, and I've talked to them, they say, no, I like what you do. So you have to believe in yourself first.
Everybody has
you have to
their
believe in yourself first.
Think of Glinda the Good Witch and the Wiz.
Oh my goodness.
Man. I'm gonna get to Curtis. Mr. Curtis, you sitting there nice and quiet and like, all right, what's going on up in here? How you doing, brother?
Hey, very respectful. I'm honored to be on, and it's a blessing. Definitely a blessing to meet you and a blessing to be on with my fellas, man.
Well, I see.
That's my dude there, man.
Well, you can tell he cool as I don't know what.
Coolest, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Coolest man on the planet, boy.
So what about your history? Did your mother and father make you go to music class or they told you better get something else to do? I see all them guitars hanging in the back, so that's your love right there.
Yeah, no, it was, high level. My mother had always wanted to play piano, and she wanted me to play an instrument. That wasn't something that I was just into, but my neighbor had a guitar. So I figured, you know what, why don't you grab me that? And it just went from there. I took lessons and, I found Prince, I found Tony Maiden, I found Eddie Hazel, I found George Benson. I just found a lot of people who really inspired me as a kid. And it was definitely different back then because we didn't have the internet. So if you didn't have the money to buy the records, you really weren't going to be exposed because, radio back then, you only had certain FM stations that you could really tune into. So I would find some jazz stations. I would find some rock stations. Not a lot of R&B because a lot of R&B people just didn't play guitars back in the 80s, man. You just didn't have it on the records. So I tried to find my own sound, which there's nothing new under the sun, but I tried, and I'm still trying today at the end of the day.
So did you go to music school?
I actually took lessons for a while. Definitely took them just to learn the basics. And I stuck with the lessons because I wanted to learn theory. In college, I took more classes around business and production, music production. And I ended up getting my bachelor's in liberal arts. I had a minor in music. And, as Michael indicated, my father, rest his soul, he was an attorney. And I was working at a recording studio, and I had my heart set on being a studio owner, / guitar player / producer. And he came in one day and said, if I were you, I would be getting tired of asking my mother for money. and that statement right there kind of burned me up. So I went and I got a job at a bank. And I have been a banker by day, musician all day, because you can never stop being who you are. But that's basically how I finance what I do, And I've been doing that for a long time. I got to meet Kael. I was a fan. I was at a club, and I'm very humble, so I don't really tell people what I do. I don't do that. So they were playing, and I bought their CD, and it started from there, and that's how I met Kael and Michael, and was blessed to meet Eric I was a fan from afar on Eric. He probably doesn't know that, but I've seen him play. I've seen him play with Javon Watson, who's a friend of mine. I've seen him play in different bands, and I always liked his feel. But because I'm not out there like that, it was just kind of hard to really touch base with people. So this, like knowing Kael, knowing Mike, and being in that loop, like allowed me to meet some great people that I probably wouldn't have met, and became friends with. So definitely, music has been a blessing. I don't do it for the money. I could care less about that. I really do it because I have to.
Yeah.
Like I have no choice.
It's in your blood.
I absolutely have to do it. I would miss paying my car note. I would miss paying a mortgage to put a record out. I would miss paying anything just to put a video out, because I feel like once you're gone, that's it. So only thing you can leave is who you are. So that's where I'm at with music.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's why he's in Ascendant, because he just said like the mantra of a band in the first place. That's us all together. All four of us here. That's us. Certainly.
But to me, that's the way it should be anyway. I mean, I think a lot of people nowadays just say, oh, I want to be famous. I want to do this. I want to do this. They're not really in it, especially, I mean, there are some younger artists that are really doing it. And that's why I'm doing this podcast, because I want to bring those people that are really into it because of the love, not because of the fame that they think they're going to get. You know what I'm saying? That they think that might last only like 2 minutes, But the people that's really putting in the work and really putting out some good product. And you guys are doing it.
Hey, this is soul jazz recording artist Frank McComb. Y'all check out my man Troy Saunders on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast, Listening Experiences for the Indie Artist Aficionado.
And Eric.
Yes.
Brother man.
Yeah,
I like that T-shirt there. Now, you see I'm looking at it, right? Yeah, you taking me back there.
Yeah,
Hey.
and I'm sorry I kept going back and forth, but it's related to this situation, and Kael will understand.
Oh, no problem. So how you doing? How you been working that? I mean, how long have you been doing this? And Mr. Kincaid said that he was a fan of yours for a long time. Yeah. So you mean that means you've been busting them in their head for a long time, huh?
Hey,
them drums are tight.
Absolutely.
Actually, I didn't know. I'm learning stuff too. I didn't know Ascendant had been around since 2003, because I left Chicago, moved to Jersey City, and eventually Brooklyn around that time. And I came back in 2009, so I didn't know. I mean, I joined. I knew about Ascendant when I came back, but I was looking for these records because when I met Kael, I found out me and him had worked on a project, and we didn't even know each other, for a guy named Shannon Harris and Urbanicity back in maybe 2001 or 2. And I just found 2 copies of the records. That's why I kept going back and forth, flipping through stuff.
Wow.
So me and Kael worked together and didn't even know we had.
That's crazy.
And what Kael, me and you met in playing with a band called Surge.
That's right.
Yeah, a band called Surge.
2010, I think.
Yeah, in 2010. Because I just moved back to Chicago from Brooklyn the year before.
Well, what took you to Brooklyn in Jersey City?
Believe it or not, Kanye West.
Oh, all right.
Because I was, that's just this. The Kanye you see now is not the one that I knew then. I don't know who that person is now, but he was a different person then. And he moved out to Jersey City first, and then he told us to come out there. I was working with another producer at the time, and we went out there, and that's why we were going.
Mm-hmm. Are you
kind of like? Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Okay, go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
I was going to say, man, my story is a lot more similar to Mike's than I thought, because I went to University of Illinois in Champaign. I didn't study music there at all. I studied business. So my degree is in business administration, because just like his father, my father told me, and my father was an architect. So I already wasn't following in his footsteps, but he was an organist as well. So he understood the music bug, but he was like, you need to have something to fall back on. And as soon as I graduated, I started doing music full time. Well, until I moved to New York. Because in New York, you can't do music full time unless you're touring with somebody or making tons of money. Because New York is just way too expensive. So I didn't use my degree until I got to New York.
Well, I know, because back in early 90s too. I was doing a little singing too. And I'm from Brooklyn. So
Oh, really? What part?
East New York, I'm from the hood. I'm from East New York.
Oh, yeah, you from the man. Yeah, you from the hood. See, I live in Greenpoint, which is a little bougie now.
Right? Shoot, I see a few blonde ponytails even in East New York right now. Shoot.
Oh, yeah. I couldn't even afford to live where I used to live in Brooklyn at this point.
You know?
It's unaffordable, at least on the budget I had then.
Yeah. I mean, I don't live in Brooklyn. I had to get out of the city myself. I live in Connecticut now.
Oh, wow.
So,
okay.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah. I'm like, I kind of miss the city sometimes. Like, wait a second, it's too quiet up here. I need some people yelling a little bit.
Right. That's a drastic change from Brooklyn to Connecticut.
Right. But you know what? I looked around the city. I looked in Long Island. I looked in Jersey. And everything just seems so expensive. I mean, not that it's inexpensive in Connecticut, but at least the taxes is not as much, you know?
True.
And so that was my decision to come up here. And I can still get to the city in an hour or so.
Right. So that's, yeah.
You know, I call Connecticut the suburbs of New York City.
Practically, yeah.
Right? The whole state.
Mm-hmm.
Because ain't nothing else going on over here. Shoot. It's where you go to raise some kids, and that's about it. You ain't going to have no party. Ain't going to be no nightlife.
No nightlife.
I don't think I've ever been to Connecticut. I've never been to Connecticut.
No. It's a nice state.
I've been through Connecticut years ago, but yes.
Everybody here was born and raised in Chicago?
Yeah. Well, I was. I don't know about that.
I was born in Minneapolis.
Okay.
I think I came here at 1 or something.
Oh, really?
Wow. That's awesome, Mike. I didn't know that.
That's what I didn't know. A lot of people say the same thing, but I was just born there. I wasn't raised there. I don't know nothing.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense because like Michael Jordan was born in Brooklyn, but he knows nothing about it.
Right.
His
Exactly.
parents moved to North Carolina when he was a child.
I'm claiming Chicago.
Okay.
I was born and raised in a small town in Mississippi called Marks, and I left there around 7. So it was definitely a culture shock for me. I would speak to everybody, and now I got to Chicago. I'm like, man, people are so mean, man.
Who the hell are you talking to?
It never changed me.
So why did your parents move to Chicago from Mississippi?
Opportunity.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm about to say, the Great Migration. Yeah.
That was it.
My father passed. My mother had to come. She came back to where her family was.
You know, I'm gonna play something. I played Gye Nyame. I'm gonna play something off of the Green Illuminate Green album.
Okay.
And I'm gonna play two things. I'm gonna play Promise first, and then I'm gonna play what I think everybody loves, which is Gotta Get Up. So I'm gonna start with Promise. Okay. So everybody, this is off the Illuminate Green album. That album came out in 2012? No, Blue came out in 2012. Green came out in 2019. No, yeah.
Are you serious? Was it 7 years?
Yeah. So what took so long between those albums?
Life, buddy. Life.
Because I'm looking at the first one is 2003. Then Illuminate Blue came out in 2012. That's 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
How were you surviving for 9 years?
That's a good question.
Right? We don't even know. Huh?
Yes.
Just gigging, I guess.
Well, I had my fallback.
Okay. And
Mr. Full-time employee over there.
Mr. Kincaid had his fallback.
Yeah, I had no. Yeah, my father, like Eric's dad and Mike's, kind of pushed that on me early, so I really didn't know another way. I mean, I think if he definitely didn't come home and make that comment, I would have been doing music full time. Mm-hmm. But I still think you can do it full time even when you're working, you know, because it's a mental thing. You can never stop being who you are. You know, you just, that never stops. No, it's just a means to an end. That's it.
And what about you, Kael? How was you surviving from 2003 to 2012?
Grace of God. Gigging. I mean, we Ascendant did some shows. Actually, some of our biggest shows happened in that time. We opened for Michelle and Cello around the time that in 2003 when that happened. We did NAACP benefit, and that was pretty large. And I'm trying to remember. Because there's so much stuff, but I think it took such a long time because that was when there was a transition, which I guess is almost inevitable with groups of larger than two people. In this example, it transitioned. There were the people left, situations changed, and we had to regroup and just try to figure out how we were going to move forward. And because we never stopped, like Curtis said, because we never stopped, we had no intention of stopping. We just figuring out how we going to move forward. And for a second there, I remember we were like, are we going to Steely Dan this thing? It's just going to be me and Michael. We're just going to do that. Or and just hire the musicians to see if we can find Bernard Purdie. I think we found a pretty good Bernard Purdie and Eric Johnson, though.
Yeah, he's one of my idols. Right, one of my top 5. Yeah,
yeah. But Curtis was like, "Hey, man, I'm free." I was like,
"So you know what? It just all worked out." Sometimes you just have to, like you said, regroup and then come back stronger than before.
Yeah.
So like I said, I'm going to play Promise off Illuminate Green. And I hope everybody check this out. I hope everybody's loving this conversation. And because I know I am, it's informative. Matter of fact, people in the band are finding out stuff about one another. So it's good. So
Exactly.
So check this out. This is called Promise.
You know you can rise. You can be anything, but you got to believe. Make the choice in your mind of what's important in your life. Know your soul and trust your heart. See the goal and make a start. Only do, there is no try. Touch the ground and touch the sky. You will rise. Your life is full of promise. The choice you make, the path you take. You can rise. You can be anything, but you got to believe. Make the choice in your mind, soaring like a bird in flight. Know your soul and trust your heart. See the goal and make a start. Only do, there is no try. Touch the cloud and touch the sky. You will
Yeah. Like I said, I'm only giving the people a little bit because I want them to go out and support y'all. Go on and buy it. Go to the website because they can purchase all your albums on your website, correct?
Right. It's a Bandcamp link. Yeah. It's everything, all the songs, even stuff that we haven't, that's kind of exclusive to Bandcamp is up there as well.
So going over to Bandcamp, y'all, and type in Ascendant and support. I know that a lot of this stuff is available on Spotify or Apple or Amazon or whatever, but that ain't putting no coins in the pocket. If you want to support, going over to Bandcamp and purchase, It don't cost a lot. Act like we back in the 70s, 80s, 90s when we went out and actually purchased an album. Because that's what we need. We're always talking about, there's no good music out there, but there is good music out there. And if you want it to continue, you got to support it. Just like you did with Rufus and Shaka or Earth, Wind and Fire, Marvin Gaye. When that album came out, you was right at the record store buying that puppy. So we got to continue those same traditions now with the stuff that we love. So if you love what you're hearing, please, please, please go and support.
Yeah, also, it's ascendantmusic.com.
Yeah.
It's all there.
Everything's there. I checked it out myself. I got to go purchase a couple of things. But matter of fact, do you plan on bringing some of this stuff out on album, on vinyl, should I say?
That is a very good idea.
Because someone in the band just mentioned that 2 weeks ago or last week. Isn't that right, Eric?
Yeah, I was going to bring it up during this interview because I'm connected to some people who work with a label called Solistic, and this band would be perfect for the label.
Yeah.
And actually, I just found out Kael knows one of these guys named Ainsley Strong.
Yeah.
Me and Ainsley work together at that label. And we have a band, we're in a separate band called Chicago Funk Band. And we're like, man, Ascendant has to be on vinyl.
I agree.
Yeah, the music is too good for people not to enjoy it on an actual record.
I agree. And people are doing well with vinyl.
Spoken.
Huh? Say that, Kel?
Eric has spoken.
That's right. I ain't mad because I'm collecting everything on vinyl. Anybody that's coming on something on vinyl, I'm getting it because I just want to. I want to hold it. I want to read the credits. I don't like all this download. I want to actually have a physical copy, and I think I'm glad that it's coming back around again. That so many people are coming out. I mean, I spoke to Cy Smith, and she sold out of her vinyl. She had to go on and get more vinyl.
I know. Yeah, I got her record.
Right? That joint is bad, ain't it?
Yeah, she's dope.
Please.
Yeah, I've known Size for, I want to say 22 years or something like that. She's just phenomenal. The hardest working woman in soul, independent soul, right?
Yes, she is. Yes, she is.
She's real cool. She's real cool, real chill too.
I also blessed her when she came on in the podcast. We had such a good conversation. I mean, she's so down to earth and, and funny. And I mean, it was such a joy. So, if anybody on here that doesn't have Cy Smith's album, she got some more. Go on over Cy Smith's site.
Shout out to Cy. Shout out to Cy Smith.
We love you, girl. Matter of fact, I'm going to give you some hand claps.
Hey, everybody. This is Rebecca Jade, and you're listening to Troy Saunders on the one and only BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
You know what I like also? It seems like progressively, each album just gets better. The Yellow, Illuminate Yellow, to me, it's like I couldn't even find the song I like the best on there because every song on there is off the chain.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's wonderful.
And what made you pick? What made you pick the colors? Blue, green, yellow. Now we up to red.
You want me to do it, or you gonna do it?
You can do it. I think more succinctly than I could, even though we was right there doing it together. But I think this just my opinion. So go for it.
All right. Well, the colors is illuminate, right, and which is light, basically. So, and we split the concept up into 4 different colors. Most of them primary, right? But blue is wisdom from mistakes. It's in some ways it's about that time between that you were just talking about, between where you are now and blue, because there was a lot of transitions, a lot of mistakes, a lot of things that were going on. And what we learned from that are basically a lot of those songs that are on blue. Illuminate Green is about rebirth, so that each one of the albums obviously has a different type of mood or theme behind it. So Illuminate Green is about rebirth, and that first song, Promise, is like that's right off the top. It sets the tone for the rest of the album. all of those songs are about rebirth or embracing things or getting past the stuff that was holding you back. Illuminate Yellow is about joy and reminiscing, and the first song on that record is Do You Remember, which right off the top, again, sets the tone for the rest of the album, all the way through to Unspoken, which is very reminiscent because it's dedicated to our childhood friends. Mm-hmm. And there's an absolutely beautiful song that was composed by Curtis, and Curtis and Michael just took it and ran with it. It's called Faults and All.
Mm-hmm. Curtis,
and they just that if there's a favorite, that's my favorite off of that record.
Let me say something about that. That song exists the way that it does because of COVID. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That was when we were stuck in the house. I was stuck, trapped in the house, couldn't go nowhere. I decided to go back through the things that have been recorded. Just the instrumentals that had no music, no words to them. I came across the music that to what became Faults and All. I was like, this. I had written down titles of things, and something about that, it just pulled it out of me. And Curtis heard it. He was like, what, bro? What is that? We have to record that. I wasn't considering it that way. It was just something that I did. But Kael and Curtis liked it. And he's like, this is going on the album, sir. Let's go. Thank you, Curtis.
Hey, well, you know what? Y'all so eloquently talked it up. So we might as well play it. Let's
hey, why not?
Let's get the people a little bit of Faults and All. I love this song too. Like I said, every song on here is like incredible. So for me to pick one, it was hard. So I'm glad that you gave it an introduction.
Oh, okay.
And so here we go. This is Faults and All, y'all.
Until I realize now, but I can't let that stop me from giving everything I've got. Oh, even when I said I'd fix it, and forgot and never fixed it, hold it to my head and not my heart. Sometimes when I leave the dishes, you say I hear, but don't listen. I'm not trying to make things hard. No, no, no. You love me. You love me, baby. Faults and all.
Yeah. All right, now got a little falsetto there. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, yeah, I'm loving it. Loving it.
Thank you, Curtis.
Well, he told you to go falsetto on there?
Huh?
You said thank you, Curtis?
Yeah, I said thank you, Curtis, because man, that if you've heard all the previous albums, there's nothing like that on any of other albums. It's unique.
Yeah.
As many of the songs on there are unique, but that there's something about that song.
Yeah. So
it's a beautiful song, Mike.
Yes,
That's a beautiful song, man. Thank you.
Now, question: how did you wind up hooking? Yeah, right.
What you gonna say, Troy?
How did you wind up hooking up with Miss Angela Johnson?
Yeah, Kael. How'd that happen?
Mm-hmm.
Well, back in 2006, this is that rebuilding process that was happening. We went to the International Soul Music Summit in Atlanta, and all the independent artists at the time, some of which most of them that Eric Roberson, Anthony David, Algebra Blessed, Angela Johnson, Ascendant. There was just a whole slew of us all gathered together, hung out, talking, chit-chatting, sharing information. Do you know this person? Do you know this person? All meeting each other, and it was a wonderful experience. And I met her then, and we kept in touch. One time she came to Chicago for a show, and we reconnected again and said, I think I got a song we can work on. But I don't remember what that song was, because it's not this one. It's not over. It's Not Over was originally written for it was a placement song. It was for a workout video. That was originally what the whole idea was. And it got accepted, but then they dropped the project. But I'm thinking the song is still good. Mm-hmm. I need to do something with it. And me and Michael, I was like, let's do it with Ascendant or something. It's like, okay, and he went and got some ideas. He collaborated with our mutual friend Kaylin Haynes to get some vocal ideas, and then he wrote lyrics, and it's based off of the melody that I created. But then I feel like we really need a female vocalist on this, especially in the second. So I sent it off to Angela. And she was like, "Oh, wonderful! This is great. It's right up her wheelhouse, right?"
Yeah.
She just
nailed it.
I was gonna say nailed it, but that's not good enough. She transformed it.
That's the word.
She was supposed to write the second verse, but nothing ever came for her. She couldn't. So she just wrote what Michael wrote. She just sang what Michael wrote. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hey, do what you must, girl. It still works.
That's funny. She sang what I wrote. It was some time between when I wrote it and sang it, and we sent it to her. When Kael played it back for me, I did not remember that I wrote the second verse at all. I'm like, man, this is good. Wow, she wrote how we think. This is what I'm thinking. And Kael was like, no, sir, you wrote the second verse. I'm like, when? When did I do that? I didn't remember that I wrote the second verse at all. Old people.
You know what? Let's get the people a little bit of It's Not Over.
Yeah, why not?
Why not? Let's give them a little bit of something. Wrote a song about it. Want to hear it?
Here you go.
You know I couldn't fade it before putting on Angela's part. You know I couldn't fade it before putting on Angela now. Yo, that's just a jam right there. That's what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
And
Thank you, Angela.
Shout out to Angela. Shout out to Angela
yeah,
Johnson.
yes. Hand claps. That wasn't a hand clap.
So good.
That was a little slippy, y'all. You know, Angela, you know how I love you, girl. You know that wasn't. And you know what? If y'all want to know more about Cy Smith, Angela Johnson, believe it or not, they've been on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast. So go on to www.baasentertainment.com and check out my conversation with Angela Johnson and Cy Smith. Yeah, it's on there. Just scroll, baby. Find the folks you love on there, baby, and just listen. You know?
Small world.
Yes.
Yeah.
Greetings, it's Chester Gregory, also known as Chess, and you're listening to the BAAS Entertainment Podcast with the homie Troy.
So now we are working on Red.
Yes.
So Red is what? Fire hot. Yeah.
Well, you can take it that way. It's about love.
Okay.
And
all about love.
Yeah.
Which is why "Love Saved My Life" is the first single off of it. It's actually even the first song on the album too. So it's all of that.
All right. So we got a few more singles to get through before the album, or you just gonna you're gonna make us wait a little while, aren't you?
No. The plan isn't to make us wait nearly as long as we have been waiting. Hey, most of it's all recorded, so it's just a matter of it's really if you really want to know what's taking so long and all of these, why is there such a gap between all of it? It's money. I mean, it's finances. It's the means really to really keep this moving. It takes a lot of energy, a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of everything, a lot of all that you have to just even put a single out. So that we're making y'all wait, I personally apologize for. However, when you get it, I sure hope you're enjoying it, because we bled those songs to bring them out to you, and with the hope that it'll find the people who really need to hear it, that have the right resonance, have the right frequency, they have the right energy for it to help you uplift yourself and get past some of the crazy things that are going on right now.
Oh, Lord mercy. That's why I'm glad I got this podcast that keeps me sane for a minute, because if you turn on the news or any one of these social media platforms that you just had, your head would just spin off with negativity. And and uncertainty. More so than negative. You just don't know where we going and what's happening. And
well, that's interesting. Let me since November, I won't say any names, but since November, things have occurred. I have spoken to Kael about said things, and there was a moment where the thought was, does it matter that we do this? And especially with what's going on in the world, does this little part of the world matter what we do? Absolutely it matters, because
definitely
somebody somewhere needs to hear what we bring. Even if it's one person, it could change a life, change a thought process, get them to the next little step, whatever the next step is, just to keep going, which has been since the beginning, our reasoning. It's for us, yes, but it's for somebody else who you don't know. Mm-hmm. We all need inspiration.
Yeah,
exactly.
Right? To be a light for somebody, which is how why we are together, because we do that for each other. I don't know if everybody knows it or not, but we do that for each other.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true. It's true. You never know who you're touching, you know?
Exactly.
Like when Kael said that he's been a fan, he's been listening. I'm like, really? You know, I think I'm just doing, you know, feel like I'm just doing my little thing here in Connecticut, and whoever gets it, whatever. But when I hear other people say that they listen and that they follow and stuff, I'm like, wow, really? Like, I mean, Jennifer Holliday, you know, I said, well, you know, Jennifer, you know, I'm just doing my little thing here. And, you know, and I think I said I was not worthy because she was on the show. I was like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. And she said, baby, you are more than worthy. I said, thank you.
Right.
Coming from Jennifer Holliday, I'm like, all right, now that's what I'm talking about. Okay,
exactly.
Let me change my language.
And as you travel through the world, you run into people who just need to hear that.
Yeah.
That's one little, you can do it. Oh, I can?
Yeah.
They know they can do it, but it's a little push.
Yeah.
Just a little push. You can do it. You can do it. Whoever's listening to this podcast, whatever it is you're trying to do, you can do it.
Yeah. And like you said earlier, you said your voice, you said, I know those people that out-sing me, blah, 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 blah. But you have your voice, and those who follow you love your voice. You have a niche voice that is not like anybody else's. You have your own sound. So there's this place in everybody in the world for everybody. You know, even the voices that we say we don't like, there's somebody out there that likes it.
Well, I try to. Okay, so Curtis, I don't want to say fan. I'm not going to say fan. Curtis is always uplifting me. It's not really conscious. He's just saying what he feels, but he's always uplifting me. Always.
I believe it.
All the time.
I believe it.
When I doubt myself, he's like, no.
Yeah, let me tell you something, Troy. You know, as a musician, I'm a fan. I'm not like, there's a lot of musicians who, for whatever reason, you know, have jealousy in them, want to be better than other people, and can't just accept the fact that God touches us in different ways. And I can say, and I can speak about these gentlemen on the Zoom today. Like Kael, in my humble opinion, is one of the best songwriters, him and Michael, that I've ever heard. I'm not talking about local. I just mean in general. There's some songs that, like Brand New Me has. I can be having a bad day, and that song, the frequency of that song, the chords, the structure, the progression, uplifts me and it inspires me. The harmonies, just everything. And you know, Eric is, in my opinion, very humble. And Eric, I have been a fan, man, but I'm just going to speak about some recent things. Like Eric, I was watching TV. I was watching an All-Star game, man. And Eric was on TV. You know, he was like, is one of the baddest drummers in the world, man. You know.
Oh man. Thank you.
Man. I gotta tell it, man.
Tell like it is. Tell like it is, Curtis.
Your pocket, you know, your sense of music, man, your history of music. You know, I remember we were talking, and this was maybe a few years ago, man, and I was thinking that Lady Cab Driver was a drum machine. And you were like, nah, Kurt, that was Prince. I was like, I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying?
On the snare drum.
He
just played the snare drum,
Yeah, I did not know that, man. It just things like that, man, that you take for granted. But when you're around great people, it can only make you greater. But I was saying it about Eric, too, because, you know, I'm sitting in the house watching the All-Star game, and I can say, man, I know him. And what it did was it inspired me to say, man, you know what? I can do that, you know, and it's not about competing. It's about, I know someone great who is doing great things. Man, I'm not that far, you know, and when I'm playing on Michael and Kael songs as well, man, you know, I feel like I'm on a great song. Mm-hmm. Kael always uplifts me, man. And I'm super humble, man. I don't think a lot about myself at all, but it's just nice to be around great people who think a lot about you too. And that's just good. It's good for the soul, man. So
yeah.
Eric, now since you have worked with so many great people, and you know, you, like the man said, you had the All-Star game doing it,
man.
And this must be like home when you come back to working with Ascendant.
Yeah.
You know?
It's because, I mean, no matter who else you work with, no matter where else in the world, it's always good to come back home and like to family. It's like I said, these guys like family because I can't remember exactly when I joined, but I think it was right before COVID. So it
had to be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was like, soon as we started getting into it, then that hit. And yeah, but what's interesting to me is Ascendant is the only group I was playing with, even during that time, that was still getting action and getting attention. And that was so inspirational to me. I'm like, man, this group is still getting radio attention, like independent radio attention and doing interviews. I'm like, man, Ascendant is on to something. And you know, when it's great music, people will latch on to it. They might not do it immediately, but over time, yeah. Plus, you don't want people to just latch on immediately anyway sometimes, because that's,
good point.
You want it, yeah. You don't want Ascendant isn't fast food music. It's quality music, and you want, when it's quality, it takes time.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I mean, you like, no, not comparing, but you think about like Incognito. I mean, they was out for years before, you know, we really picked up on them.
Yeah,
you know, they was doing so much. Bluey was doing so much stuff. You know,
exactly. Yeah, Incognito, Brand New Heavies, Jamiroquai. These groups have been out, man.
You know,
sometimes almost 10 years before people paid attention.
But they was building that. They was building that repertoire, building that craft.
Exactly.
You know,
and now they got music that's like forever. It's like, it's timeless.
Yes. So I know y'all got a show coming up in the Chi-Town area at the City Winery.
June 11th.
June 11th. Okay, June 11th. I don't know. I'm thinking, well, shoot, May is almost over with. Yeah, June 11th.
Almost 2 weeks.
So what are people to expect there? Well, I'm especially in Chicago. I'm sure they know you like at the back of their hand up in Chi-Town.
Well, some do, depending on what area you talk about. Yeah. There's always room. There's always room for more.
Right.
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Well, honestly, a lot of the songs you've been playing, we probably go with their own set list. Honestly, and we just we just had a rehearsal a couple of days ago. And wow, as usual, just whatever it is that I was conceiving the songs to be, these people, they just take it and go otherworldly with it. Like every single time. That's just what they do. That's just what they do. And that's and that was just rehearsal. Right. So imagine when we hyped on the show, what that's going to be like. It's just amazing. I wouldn't trade these people for nothing. They are just absolutely phenomenal and consummate professionals. The stage is kind of where these songs belong, and these guys just. They're going to just murder the stage. It's going to be burnt down to the ground. They're going to cancel any shows that are coming up so they can build the stage back up. That's pretty much what's going to happen. As a matter of fact, I think Eric's going to be back there the following week with Midnight Sun, his other band. So maybe by the end, the stage will be.
We should be back together.
Oh man. Wow. I need to come support you on that one, Eric. My lady wants to hear you play, man. She loves my son, dude, and it's never come to a show, man. But she follows.
Oh, she'll love this because we're doing a Curtis Mayfield tribute.
Awesome. Man.
Chicago's own. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm in the wrong damn city.
You in the wrong city?
I'm in the wrong city. I gotta get to Chicago.
That's funny. I'm in the wrong city.
Right. I'm like, shoot, I'm missing all the good music. Matter of fact, are y'all going on tour? Maybe I can catch you someplace else. When you going to go around the country and around the world?
We are definitely trying to make that happen. We're working really hard making that happen. We've got some We've got some bites in St. Louis and Indianapolis. We don't have anything in Connecticut yet, but we try to hit New York. You know, we're working on some connections with Eric and a bunch of other things so we can hit New York, at least the New York area, hit DC area, Atlanta, Nashville. You know, just it's time for us to branch it out, and that's really what we're focused on now. Yeah,
I agree.
I will definitely let you know.
Yeah. If you come to the city or anywhere in New Jersey, you know, I know Connecticut kind of hard because they kind of boring over here. But if you could make it to the city, New Jersey, you know, Philly, I might even get down there. Shoot. So yeah,
that'll be nice.
Yeah, because you know Philly will come out.
Oh yeah,
you know.
Yeah.
So
you know what? We've got a lot of bites in Philly as well too. So that should work.
Yeah, that's definitely doable.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Will with the exclamation, and I'm chilling with my guy Troy Saunders on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.
You know what? Curtis talked about Promise. Oh no, Brand New Me. Excuse me. I already played Promise. He talked about Brand New Me, and that was on my list because that hits me the same way. So I'm sorry. Before I get to the red song, I'm going to play a little Brand New Me. All right, in honor of Curtis here.
I appreciate it.
You got it.
I will be so brand new, so brand new. I will be so brand new, so brand new. Woke up this morning, decided that I need a change. Can't do my life no more, things can't stay the same. Fell to my knees and I prayed a little prayer. You know God answers them. He's always been right there, and there will be no more trouble. There will be much less pain. I will have peace of mind, and everything will be just fine. I will be a brand new me, a brand new me. I will be a brand new me, a brand new me. I woke up this morning, I realized I was not done. This pain, these scars, you know I'm gonna overcome. Fear will not define me, I must break through. New life is waiting for me, it's waiting for you too. And there will be, I will have, and everything is gonna be fine. I'm gonna be.
Yeah. That is an uplifting song right there. I love it. I love it. Hey, y'all, I just want to tell you, thank you for coming out. I hope y'all enjoyed, my first video conference here, my first video episode. So I'm sure the folks are going to love it. I'm going to put it on YouTube and every place else. And I'm also going to do the audio on everything else.
Right.
So, hey, thank you for being my inaugural guest.
Thank you for having us.
Exactly.
Yeah, for the video. Yeah,
that's the gratitude right there, Troy. Thank you.
No. So
absolutely.
I'm going to tell everybody, please go out. Matter of fact, how else can people support you? I mean, we want you to put out music like every year. So what do you need for the people to do so you can get your coins so you can put out more music?
Well, first off, hey, just spread the word. If you love the music, let some more people know. That's really all. So any artist really wants, it's like it's for it to reach somebody who's be touched by it and tell some more people that you think might like the music. And for the most part, that'll take care of itself. I think because if they really love it, they'll come support. I mean, I think they will. Maybe I'm too naive. But I think they will. But you could find us at ascendantmusic.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're not on TikTok, but that's because I don't know nothing about no TikTok. But go to ascendantmusic.com. That's where all the music is. That's where the concert dates are. That's where all the info. There's going to be we have a little blog there. Let them know that we're on the BAAS Entertainment. When the interview comes out, it'll be there. So that's all that information is there for them. Definitely, yeah.
All right, so you heard it. Going over to all the social media platforms and follow them. Find out what's going on. Find out when the new album coming. Find out when the new singles are coming out. And when they come out, support. Tell other people about them. And that's how we keep the love flowing. That's how we used to do back in the day. Shoot, I remember when Lettucey's Soul Singer first album came out.
Yeah,
I was on the phone calling everybody. I was like. Of course, I was one of those people that was pronouncing it wrong. I was saying Ledisi. I was like, this girl Ledisi is bad. I don't know what. Y'all better go back. Matter of fact, I wound up getting albums and CDs and selling them out like my trunk of car because finally I met Lettucey. And I was like, girl, let me get some of them CDs. I want to sell them.
Awesome.
Now
that's
look
cool.
at us.
That's support. Yeah, that's how it works.
Now look at us. So yeah, believe me, it happens, y'all. So you just got to spread the word. Spread the word.
No, Troy, you said you were singing. So you've done some. I wouldn't say dabble. You had a fairly successful singing career too.
I'm not going to say it was successful. I'm just going to say I did a lot of open mics and stuff around the city. And, but like Curtis said, I had my 9 to 5. My 9 to 5 was I worked for New York City Transit.
Oh, okay.
So I'm retired from New York City Transit now. So that's what made me jump back into it and say, you know what, let me start the podcast and who knows, maybe I'll start singing again too, or maybe I'll start doing something. But I just knew I had to do something with music. And even when I was working with New York City Transit, I was doing independent artists promotions. Like you went to the mixer, the thing in where everybody got together.
Yeah.
We did the same thing here in New York back in like around that same time, 2006, 7, 8, 9. 10 is when I was really big in the indie soul community. Well, I still am, but I was really putting on showcases. So, we had like Trina Broussard, Dion Farris, everybody would come to our shows, and then Russell Taylor was the host.
Russell,
right?
Yeah.
So Russell would jump into the audience with the mic. And like before DJ Cassidy was doing it, Russell was passing the mic in our show. And, Karen Wheeler would be in there and Yazirai and
all the people.
All the people. Angela Johnson. Matter of fact, Angela Johnson did one of my first shows. So
nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's when I started this podcast, I said, let me call it. Everybody's sitting around, they ain't doing that. It's COVID. So let's do a little podcast. Let me call these people up and start conversing with them. And
is that when you started?
Yep.
Ron? COVID. I mean, COVID was bad, but it changed the trajectory of the world. Like some stuff you don't have to do anymore. Some stuff was not important.
Yeah.
And things that were important, you focused on.
Yeah.
Yeah. People really started
paradigm shift. Yeah.
I think people really started following their own dreams and following out what they can do for themselves. And during COVID, they said, wait a second, I don't have to wait for the man. I can do this. I can follow my passion because life is too short.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. That is horrible as it was.
Yeah. So
we took something from it.
Yes.
Right.
Hey, it's funny though, because that's the trajectory of Ascendant in the first place. That's what it's all been about. We kind of cracked open, getting past your own personal fears and just having just enough courage to take that step, and then take another step, and then take another step, and you find yourself like rising above, which is what it's all about, what it means.
Yeah.
I found COVID to be really interesting in that it helped people kind of recognize what was really important to them. And I had several friends who were working some really nice jobs, and they just quit.
Yeah.
A couple of them said, "I'm done with this," and still haven't done anything else. They're following their passions. But because life is too short not to.
Yeah.
And that was the impetus that got me started back in the 90s. The exact same type of thing. And we didn't have COVID then. It's more like George Bush. but lots of things changed. I'm glad to see people really follow that passion, really, because life is too short.
Yeah.
To do anything else, really. So, I just realized, I'd forgotten about this, but that day before they shut us down, in was that 2020, Michael, Eric, and I did this live stream with Marquel Jordan.
We sure did, yeah. That's crazy.
I think it's still up on Facebook or something.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
And it was like that night at midnight or something. They shut everything down. It was like the last hurrah. And I think that was the first live stream we did. It was very successful too. It was really surprising. It was very nice, very, very, very nice.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Marquel is our buddy. So
Marquel is bad too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, that's a bad brother.
Bad.
And if y'all want to hear them and Marquel together, y'all better go to his album. And matter of fact, the title of the album is a song that they do together, and it's called "Intention and Purpose."
Yeah,
yeah, and that's the song.
Yeah.
right up our alley.
He brought that song to us. He brought that song to us, and he was like he called me and he said, "Hey, I'm having trouble with these words. I want to say something, but I don't know what to say. Can y'all help me?" I was like, "Okay," and we wrote the song. And then as fate would have it, both Marquel and me, we had really horrible colds, so we had to struggle through
recording,
doing the recording session. We had to struggle to get that song out. But it was beautiful. It was a very nice experience. Again, Marquel is our buddy. That's our buddy, man.
Yeah, and believe it or not, y'all, Marquel was on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast. Scroll.
Everybody apparently. So what's going on here?
Hey, that's what I do. So scroll through go to www.baasentertainment.com and check out my conversation with Marquel. Yeah, we had a great time. And so I just want to say once again, thank you for. Oh, well, let me tell the people also. Please check me out also on Urban Influencer Radio. I have my own little show over there. Mr. Marv Mack gave me a little light, so I have a show on Fridays. It comes on at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 5 p.m. Central, 4 Mountain, 3 Pacific on Fridays. And, for that ride home, you just click me on and chill while you're in traffic. Keep the pressure down. Because I'm going to play some smooth music. I'm not going to get you all, I'm going to start off with a little house, though. We got to start off with a little house. And then I wind it down a little bit to a little slow jam.
You're a house music head, huh?
I love house music, yeah. Mm-hmm. So, I start off with a little house, then we do a little soul, R&B, a little jazz, and then we ended off with a little slow jam by the time by the time the hour is up. So go on to urbaninfluencerradio.com and check me out on Fridays. And if you miss it on Friday, it comes on again on Monday night. So for all you night owls, it comes on at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 Central, 9 Mountain, and 8 Pacific. So if you're up at night on Mondays and you want some good music to listen to, check me out on Urban Influencer Radio. Okay. And once again, y'all, I just want to say thank you for coming out. This has been real. I've enjoyed it. And please come on back. Come back when the album come out. Maybe we do an album release.
Yeah, that sounds great. I'm all for it. We'll make it happen. Definitely.
All right, let's make it happen.
Yes, thank you.
Yo, Curtis, thank you so much, man.
Troy, man, it's been a pleasure and a blessing, man.
No,
yes, sir.
It's been all mine. And Eric King, thank you for coming, man. And thank you for being here and taking the time out.
Thanks for having me. I've been writing down notes so I can find you.
I'm around. As a matter of fact, if you just, like I said, go to BAAS Entertainment, everything is on there.
BAAS Entertainment, that's what I was. Okay, I put BAAS Podcast.
Already in it. I already bookmarked you. I got you.
Okay.
BAAS.
Every Monday night.
Like my t-shirt. Matter of fact,
all right.
Matter of fact,
signed up for BAAS Entertainment Podcast. I just signed up. Okay, all right.
And you know what, y'all? We're going to go out with the latest single. I'm going to play the Mboya Mellow Roads remix.
That's dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to play. And it's called Love. Love Saved My Life. Check it out, y'all. I know you're going to love it because the brothers are bad.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, this is David P. Stevens.
Hello, this is Christian De Masonis, aka Big New York.
Hey, it's Miss Grinny.
Hey, this is David Sosa, the Latin Prince of Soul.
Hey everybody, this is Kevin Owens.
Troy, Gordon Chambers in the building.
Hey, this is Letty C.
Hey, it's Helen Bruner.
And Terry Jones.
Hey, this is your girl, Lady Alma.
Hey, this is soul jazz recording artist Frank McComb.
Hello, everybody. This is Ricky Jones.
Hey, this is Sticks Bones, that grooving drummer.
Hey, this is Toy Taha.
Yo, what's up, everybody? This is Mark the Divine.
Hi, this is Mason. You're listening to my friend Troy on the BAAS Entertainment Podcast.